Welcome back to another episode of Mostly Michigan Beer Reviews. I'm your host, James. Today we're going to be drinking M-43 IPA, Northeastern IPA by Old Nation Brewing Company. It's pretty hip right now. It's hip here in Michigan, so it's a Michigan beer, of course. So let's go see where Old Nation Brewing Company is located. That's where Old Nation Brewing Company is located. I have not been there myself. Let's take a look at this can. How about that? Here's a can, just a regular silver can. It's part of their New Orthodox IPA series, which I believe this is the only one in the series so far. M-43 New England IPA. 6.8% alcohol by volume, 65 IBUs. 16 fluid ounces or a pint. Malts. It uses pills, wheat, and oat. Boiling hops, Calypso, Amarillo, Citra. Dry hops, Citra, Amarillo, and Simcoe. That's pretty cool that they give that information. Keep cold, drink fresh. We got our Michigan map, if that's really what it looks like. Who knows? Haze is good. What else we got in there? Proudly brewed and bottled in Williamston, Michigan. Old Nation Brewing Company. And your usual shit. Any canned on date? No. M-4308. But we know this is fresh because it is. So that's the label. Quite plain, but gets the point across. And there's their logo. So that was the can of M-43 Juicy, and I will read, as always, what I found on their website. M-43 Juicy India Pale Ale, or a JIPA, Juicy IPA, JIPA. The beer is currently not in stock, their website says. IPA brewed in the modern New England style. Significant haze from dry hopping with large amounts of mosaic and citra hops. It doesn't say anything about mosaic on the can anywhere, so their website must be outdated. And on their website it says 7.2% ABV. On the can it says 6.8. IBUs it says 50 on the website, and again on the can it says 65. So disregard that information. Beers change, you know. They change, usually for the better. Usually for the better, you know. As a home brewer, and I'm pretty sure professional brewers or people who think they're professional brewers, they like to update their recipes and, you know, make it as best as they can. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to pour this pint in my canonic pint glass. Every last drop. Fit everything in there. Look at that. If you had a normal glass that wasn't canonic, nope, it would not fit this whole thing. We have a 2-finger head, white foam, super hazy beer because that's to the style. New to Michigan, this style. Not a lot of people are fans yet, but they might get there. The color is it's like dirty Flint water. No, I was kidding. It looks like a very deep grapefruit juice with pulp in it, mixed with orange juice. You can't see through it at all. Very hazy, very hazy. I'm going to be frank with you real quick. I know my name's not Frank, my name's James, but I'm going to be frank. I brewed a beer like this last year, and it came out to this clarity. It wasn't intentional, you know, because I'm still new at home brewing. It tasted pretty damn good. The bitterness needed to be fixed. Everyone hated it, but it kind of tasted just like this beer. I'm telling you this now because I've already had this beer. This is my last one. It comes in a 4-pack. I wanted to get a review in for you. But yeah, like, I made this beer. I did. So I'm gonna give it a whiff. I'm getting lots of tropical flavors there, very citrusy, papaya, mango, orange, a little bit of grapefruit. I'm pulling out the sweetness of the malt. I know the smell because I brew all grain. It's hard to explain if you haven't brewed, but you should at least experiment with brewing, even a small, like 1 gallon batch, all grain. It's so fun. And the scents, the smells and the scents. But yeah, there's like a little hint of malt. So it smells kind of grainy, I guess, would be the word. So I'm going to give it a sipper. Up front, mouthfeel, nice and medium. Very juicy, very juicy. Has a little bit of that citrusy flavor in there with a little bite from the malt. Like it's combining quite well. A little bit of grapefruit. A little bit of lemon zest, actually. And I know what lemon zest tastes like because I just brewed with it. I always go back and retaste, all these ingredients so I can refresh my mind, Hey, maybe I tasted this in a beer, maybe I should do an episode about that, just tasting like a blood orange or blood orange zest or, a papaya, a mango. It'd be a good review, for your own self, for your own palate. The hop presence is nice. It's very nice. Not getting mosaic because it's not in there. Dry hop with Citra, which we smell, Amarillo, and Simcoe. I don't know too much about Amarillo. I know a lot about Simcoe because I brewed with it, and it's what they use for hop slam. It's a little bit piney, so there's a little small hint of pine in there, but not a lot. It's mostly very citrusy, like a orange juice, with a little bit of a hop pineness and a grainy taste. It's grainy. I mean, some people are going to be turned off by that. That's how my IPA tasted that I made. A little grainy, but that's okay. So, that's about it. There's not much else going on here. I think it's pretty good. So I'm going to give M-43 New England IPA, or JIPA, Juicy IPA, a rating. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Earlier I rated it a 4.2 out of 5, personally, on my Untapped. But my scores, they change a lot. It is a good IPA, but if you're not used to traditional IPAs, it's a little different. That grain, it's a little bit lingering, and I think that might turn some people off, or the cloudiness, the unfilteredness might turn some people off. To me, that doesn't matter. If it tastes good, I dig it, and it tastes good. I guess I didn't really talk about the bitterness. At only 65 IBU, that's mid-range, but it tastes lower than that for the bitterness. I like it. I like the haze, I like the color, I like the citrus, I like that grainy flavor, because it's like I'm tasting what was put in the beer. It's not being masked anymore, It's not being masked or hidden, which is delicious. And that must be that pills. And I think the wheat gives it a little bit of a bite, and the oat gives it that head. So, yeah, 4 out of 5, M-43. Have you tried it? I know a couple people of you have. It's been hard to find if you haven't been to the brewery. Like me, I haven't been to the brewery. I had to have someone hook me up. But anyway, as always, please watch, subscribe, and imbibe safely. Until next time, cheers! It's so juicy, Luke. It's so juicy.